Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Stephanie Grams of stephaniegrams.com, CEO and founder of the Keepsake Business Academy. And by now you're wondering why I have the same shirt on, because I film a week's worth of content in one afternoon. So that's the way you juggle business and real life. So today is part of the Lunch and Learn series for January 2024. This advice probably will never get old, so if you're watching this way into the future, I hope it still serves its purpose. All right, so we're talking about building a user-friendly website, and you don't have to build it. You can pay somebody else to build it. And one thing that I like, because I've been building websites since 2002, things have come along wonderfully. You don't need coding. Yes, I can code. I learned coding a long time ago, and I've never forgot how to code. But you don't have to code anymore. It's like drag and drop, copy and paste. It's great. So you don't have to even be technical, or in the words of one of my old customers or clients, I should say, when I was an online business manager, virtual assistant, for 15 plus years, I was titled lovingly her techie geek, techie nerd assistant. So here I am today letting you know you don't have to be techie. You just need to know certain things about your business, and that's it. So your user-friendly website, let's think about this for a second. How many times have you been on a website and you were completely lost? You clicked right off and you kept going. I'm guilty. I've done that, and I've had a website like that in the past where I thought, oh, this is the greatest website ever. It makes so much sense. And then I had a non-techie friend go on and look, and they said, listen, Steph, I know you spend a lot of time, but I don't know what your website's about. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when I get there. And so that opened my eyes that the view of somebody else is way more important than my opinion of my website. So keep that as number one. What you deem as great as a website may not be what your target customer feels. So always be open to suggestions, and the best way to be open to suggestions is by asking your friends and followers to check out the website and ask them open-ended questions. One, do you know what my website's about? If you did not know me personally, would you know what my website's about and what I'm trying to do for you? If the answer is no, then you need to go back and fix that. If they say, oh yeah, I know what it's about, it makes sense, then the next question would be, do you know what I'm asking you to do once you get there? What are you asking them to do? Are you asking them to sign up for a newsletter? Are you asking them to place an order? Are you asking them to follow the blog? What are you doing? What are you asking them? I am asking my website visitor to get on my newsletter. That's what I ask. So hopefully you start to think about the website in the eyes of your customers. All right, so are you using graphics like pictures? If so, are they clear? Are they fuzzy? Are they just disordered? They don't make no sense. I mean, do they make sense to the topic of your website? If you can't say yes, then, go back to square one and get pictures that make sense. Again, you can outsource this. I teach my students how to outsource it on pretty much any budget. I can't recommend a specific a specific provider, because I don't do that, but I can at least lead you to where I have found resources. And so I give you those resources and tips and things like that to help you along. Once you get to the website, do you have a clear roadmap? Sign up for the newsletter and then click here and place your order. Like, do you have a roadmap that leads your customer from finding you to staying in contact with you? I will always tell you how important it is to have your own website with a newsletter. It's like renting versus owning. If you rent a house, the landlord has the final say on what can and cannot be done. If you own your house, you can pretty much do what you want, right? You can decorate however you want, plant a garden if you want, things like that. But when you rent, you have to always get permission, and you can be kicked out, right? It's the same thing with websites. You can use a third-party provider like Etsy and eBay and Shopify and things like that, but you don't own any of that. That particular company owns it. So all that hard work you're doing trying to get customers, using your keywords, which we'll talk about later, you're really trying to get customers. Remember, you're always in the pool of your competitors that can easily pull your target customer away into their shop. But when you have your own website, you've pulled that customer in, you own it, and you can say, okay, thank you for being here. You stopped by for a specific reason. Please get on my newsletter so we can stay in contact. You can't do that normally with a third-party provider. Yes, I personally use a third-party provider, but not directly. I direct my customer to my website that I own, and from there, once they sign up, I let them know where else I am. I don't want to share my customer or potential customer with competitors or third-party platforms who get to keep all the keywords and build their name. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to take a real quick break here for a second. If you're new and you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go to stephaniegrams.com. Get on the newsletter. Look at the Keepsake Business Academy and all the offerings that I have for you if you're interested in starting or growing a keepsake business this year. Okay, back to the website. You want to optimize your website. Nothing is so aggravating as getting to a website and it's broke. Like you're on your iPhone and you can't scroll anywhere. You can't see what the rest of the paragraph says. It's stuck. You can't do anything. And that's because the website owner did not make it mobile friendly. So if you have a website, check it out on your smartphones. Have a friend or family member do the same thing and make sure you can read it. You can navigate it nicely from all devices. I watch YouTube from a TV and my computer and my smartphone. And so you want to make sure that somebody that's on TV knows where to find your website, because I know when I'm watching YouTube, I can't see the description box. And if I rely only on that description box to get people to my website, it's not going to happen. So consider your website and that little bit of tidbit information I just gave you. Make sure it's mobile friendly, accessible on different mobile devices. Let's see here. You want to regularly update your website because trends change, branding can change, things change. The industry as a whole is continuing to grow and evolve, and so you want your website to look current. The fonts that were popular 10 years ago are not popular now. When was the last time you updated your website? Is the background color outdated? I've seen several websites that have purples and blues as a background, and it's just, it says to me outdated. And you don't ever want your business to look outdated. So consider the fonts, the colors, the scripts, the way it flows. Update those pictures. A memory bear you made 3 or 4 or 5 years ago may not be relevant to your customers today, because remember we talked about trends in the industry several videos back. So keep that in mind by keeping your website updated and fresh. Remember, change out those testimonials. A testimonial from 5 years ago doesn't hold water to what you're doing today. So that's it for today's Lunch and Learn. Remember, they're 10 minutes or less. Go to stephaniegrams.com. Get on the newsletter. I hope to see you in the academy soon. Bye, guys.